Audio check 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, AJ Town here live with the T Storm Chasers. Right now we are breaking this weather coverage here. We have some severe thunderstorms that are moving right now in extreme northeast South Dakota, extreme northeast South Nebraska. These storms are producing right now damaging hail, and primary threat with this is 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-size hail. You can see just the strength in the cell down here, just to the south of it here. Just how strong the system is and what we are looking at. We are looking at a very severe, strong storm that is going to be moving into the Hartington, Nebraska area. As we do zoom out there, that is going to continue making a northeasterly trend, pushing into the Vermilion area there by about that 10:06 time frame. There's that latest radar sweep, and you just can see how strong the cell is that we are currently watching right now, just moving over Highway 15 there in the Nebraska area. Damaging hail and damaging winds is what is going on with this right now. As we take a quick look at our velocity on this system as well, we do see just a little bit of a rotation in this cell as well. Right south of Fordyce there, and just kind of west of the Hartington area there as well. You can see again, this track is going to affect the Wynot, Nebraska area at 9:42. At about 10 o'clock, we expect to see that into that Vermilion area there. Right now, that is about the only severe thunderstorm warning that will move into the South Dakota area. Would not be surprised to see this guy actually go severe warned as well for the Clay County area there. Clay County and Union County will most likely be affected with that severe thunderstorm warning there. As we move out east there, we have had one report of a brief funnel cloud that did touch down. Give me a second here. That report is no longer showing up currently, but there was a brief, just a little while ago, of a tornado that did touch down in the Iowa area there. Let's turn off. Give me just a second here. As we take a quick look there, we do have that severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect for that area there. You can see that, and goes until midnight. Those of you that are in the yellow area, we don't expect to anticipate seeing a severe thunderstorm watch issued for the South Dakota region, but would not be surprised to see this continue into a little later than that midnight hour there as well. As we zoom back in there down into that Nebraska area, we do continue to have that severe thunderstorm warning that is now moving into the Why Not will continue to make its way in a northeasterly trend. As that does make a northeasterly trend there, we are watching that system that is going to move into the Vermilion area. Those of you that are in the Vermilion area as well, we are seeing a signature with this as well that is showing some rotation with it. We actually are starting to lose a little bit of that, but we are seeing a little bit of a rotation with this one. Again, no tornado warning has been issued on this cell as of yet from the National Weather Service. We are also seeing with this system some very dangerous hail with this as well. You can see right through Fordyce, Nebraska, just to the south and to the east of that there. We are seeing that signature as well. As we search back to that reflectivity, you can really see how strong this cell is that will be impacting that Vermilion area. Those of you in the Vermilion area, do be prepared for this strong storm that will continue to make a northeasterly trend. As that does make that northeasterly trend, we do expect to see that in the Vermilion area after that 10 o'clock hour. So we are watching this cell very closely. We have seen some signs of rotation. Actually, let me switch over to our other radar program here. And you can just see on this radar program that rotation that is just west of the Hardington area there, that is really impacting that Hardington area. Let me switch over back to our high def radar system there, and you can see that strong cell that is starting to grow. We are watching this cell. We have seen this as our radar sweeps have came through. The cell does continue to grow some strength in it that is moving just north of that Hardington area. Actually, let's go ahead and zoom into that town of Hardington, Nebraska there. We can see just to the northern edge of that, north of that Highway 84 is where that strongest portion of that cell is. We are... let's switch over to our other radar here that will give us our velocity. As we do look at our velocity there, we do see that signature of seeing some of that rotation as well within that cell. So definitely something we are going to continue to watch very closely with this cell is going to be over the course of that next couple radar sweeps here. My camera's moving here. I do apologize. Over the course of the next couple radar sweeps here, we do expect to see some of this cell continue to produce. Again, there's that track moving into the Why Not, Nebraska area. About that 9:49 time frame is what we are seeing with that. Vermilion now is about that 10:15 time frame. So we are going to continue to watch that and kind of track that system. We are going to continue to monitor that as well. Right now that system is really producing. We can see that black within that as well, which is a strong indication of a very strong storm. Let's go ahead and switch back to our high def radar there. Something I really want to give a shout out to here. Check out this lightning bolt for our new office. You can see back here we have our radars running. I want to give a shout out to Brush It On Paint company that repainted our office here and has made it look tremendously awesome, especially with that lightning bolt that's right behind me. You can see we have those radars that are running in the background as well, and we are watching things relatively closely with that. Again, we are going to continue to monitor the cell as it does continue to track in the east-northeast direction. We'll do another path cast here about that 1010. So it has picked up just a little bit of a speed on that. Here comes the next radar sweep there. We can watch that there. You can see it's just moving south of that Highway 12 there. Is something that we are going to have to watch closely there. North of that Vermilion area, that is also an area that we are going to have to watch fairly closely. As we are watching that fairly closely there, north of there, you can see some of that stronger indication of some of that black, which is going to be that stronger indication of seeing some of the hail and the stronger portions of the hail with that as well. So we are continuing to track a severe thunderstorm warning. Not too much longer, and that cell will be in the South Dakota area. It is moving in a east-southeasterly direction. Go ahead and put that map into motion there. You can see just that how long that is scooting along there. We are going to have to watch these cells through here. Will continue to push its way northeastward and into the Sioux Falls area. So we are going to have to continue to monitor those as we come into the next couple of hours here. That those will bring our chances of seeing some of the heavier rain fall coming into the Sioux Falls area as well. Again, we are watching that track there in the Hartington, Nebraska area there. We'll go ahead and zoom in on that. You can see that is tracking in an northeasterly direction. We are seeing that continue to progress. We are watching for some of the concern over the South Dakota region. I'm going to jump off of here real quick, at least off of camera, and leave the map up, and I'll be right back with you guys. Oops. I forgot to switch the screen. Anyway. Live coverage with this cell as it does continue to move in an east-northeastern direction, hitting the jet stream there, and it's going to continue to track in a northeasterly direction. Then it'll start swinging in an easterly direction as it does hit that jet stream overhead of us. Again, as we switch over back to our velocity, let's switch over to that, guys. As we switch over to that, we are still seeing some smaller indications of rotations there north of the Hartington area. Nope, we just had... All right, folks, we just have our first South Dakota severe thunderstorm warning for this evening. This is on that cell that I was mentioning that we are going to have to watch fairly closely. And sure enough, that cell did just go severe thunderstorm warned. Latest from the National Weather Service here until 10:15, affecting the Clay County area there is what we are seeing with that cell. We are seeing, again, quarter-size hail is that primarily threat. Good news is a lot of this is going to stay rural in South Dakota. We are going to continue to monitor that. Give me just a second here. Why is this not? All right. I'm going to give you a track here. Give me just a second. The latest radar sweeps coming through, so give me. Why is my. All right, my track is not working here with this. Uh, so give me just a second here. As we do switch back over here, we're going to see what we can come up with as far as what we are seeing over in the western or south northeast Nebraska. There, we are seeing that continue as far as the severe thunderstorm warning. All right, there we go. We got that to work. Do apologize there. Technical glitch. Definitely going to have some issues every now and then. You can see right here, they are actually calling this cell with considerable damage with that. Damage threat is considerable. So definitely going to see some of that considerable risk down in that Wynot, Nebraska area. There we go. You can see they have that up. Give me just a second here. I'm trying to. Right south of that Wynot, Nebraska, moving in a northeasterly trend. As we jump back up here, good news with this cell is this cell is going to stay more in a rural area. But for the farmers and stuff that we are watching as well, this will continue to track in a northeasterly direction. Alcester, South Dakota, be prepared with this cell system as this is continuing to show a track that it is going to impact the Alcester area. Not quite confident though with as fast as these cells are moving. They're only moving about 17, 20 to 17, right around that 20 miles an hour is what we are seeing with that. So if I do path cast that there, you can see it's going to slide just south of that Beersford area. And we are going to see it just to coming into that Alcester area there as well. Give me a second here. I'm trying to fix my camera. There we go. As you can see, that track is going to stay mainly in that rural area, is what we are seeing. Moving into that Highway 19 corridor, continue to track its way in a northeasterly direction, and will continue to bring that chance of seeing that move into the Alcester and Beersford area. So would not be surprised with that one. As we do mention back down here in that Wynot, Nebraska area there, we do have that severe thunderstorm warning as well. Let's go ahead and put this map into motion. All right, as we do continue to look at this track, you can see it's moving in an east-northeasterly direction is what we are really watching with this system. This is continuing to progress its way in an east-northeasterly direction and going to impact the I-29 corridor here momentarily with that system as it does continue to progress. We'll stay mostly in rural areas with this uh, with this cell. This is going to stay mainly in that, again, that rural area is kind of what we are watching with the one that is in that Clay County area there. You can see just a track right through there, and that is staying in, again, mainly rural county of Clay County there. Would not be surprised to see it continue up in to the Lincoln County area there. In fact, impact extreme um, northeastern, sorry, extreme northeastern Clay County and Union County, and move through the Lincoln County, southern portions of Lincoln County there. Is Sioux Falls going to get hit? Is a lot of your questions. Yes, there is that possibility. Again, this line of storms that are down here right south of that Highway 18 is going to continue to progress its way in a northeasterly direction and bring us at chances. As we move out into the Iowa area, look at all these current severe thunderstorm warnings that are moving through the area. I know we did have a brief touchdown of a tornado. I'm not me. Just south of Sheldon. Where's that Sheldon? George area is where we had that. Looks like. Nope, I'm sorry. Right in this area is we did have a brief touchdown according to a spotter network that we have as far as other spotters in the area belong to, and then they make their reports on that. So that is not 100% credible, but it is a source that the National Weather Service does use as well. Again, we continue to monitor this line of storms that is progressing in an east northeasterly direction. They are starting to see some of those continue with their strength. You can see down in that Wynot, Nebraska area, again, considerable damage is what is projected with this hail. Again, we're continuing to monitor, again, South Dakota's first severe thunderstorm warning for the evening with this line of storms that is producing. We are continuing to monitor that. You can see the storm directions that are moving in that east northeasterly direction. Wouldn't be surprised to see some rumbles of thunder here pretty soon. Let me turn some things off here. Hold on. Let's give me a second here. So here's that line of storms coming through about that 9 o'clock. By about that 10 o'clock hour there, we can see that move in to the Sioux Falls area there, coming into the overnight hours. Let me get this downloaded here. As we progress this area, let's zoom out just a little, guys, here. As we do continue to progress this area there, we could see by about that 11 o'clock time frame that system is out of here. But we do have more precipitation that is building in the southern portions, again, of South Dakota. We'll continue to put that map into motion. And as we go into about that 1 o'clock time frame, we do see that a considerable amount of rain is just going to be forecasted for tomorrow. And we can see that continued to last into the early morning time frame. And even mid-morning is what we are going to be watching with that system as it does continue to progress. We will see that chance of seeing substantial rainfall coming into the next couple hours here as we do take a look at that there is that meso discussion out there. Now that is a terminology that weather people use as far as like the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma issues this, and they are the ones that follow through with it and everything, saying that there's going to be a substantial amount of rainfall where some areas could receive between 4 to 7 inches of rain over the course of the next couple hours here. Again, as we do put the models back into play there, we do see those storms really fire up here through the overnight hours. Don't be surprised to hear the rumbles of thunder. We don't really expect to see much of that severity level come in through the overnight hours, but definitely something we are going to have to watch fairly closely and see what happens again over the course of the next couple hours with that run there. As we go back to our live radar here, we are looking again at that severe thunderstorm warning that is moving in an east-northeasterly direction. Will impact, would not be surprised to see it impact the Beersford area here in the next couple 15 minutes to 20 minutes. With the cell that is down in the Nebraska area is still projected to move into the Vermilion area there in the next 15 minutes. So those of you in the Vermilion area, definitely be prepared for this strong cell. Again, I want to jump out of the way here. Give a huge shout out to Brush It On Paint for doing an awesome job on our new office and paint area there. We do have a national map that is up and running. And then we do also have a local map that is up and running as well for that latest radar. So then we're able to track and watch more areas with that technology. Typically, there will be somebody back here, but we did not call them in tonight. So, that being said, we are just going to continue to monitor these cells right now. See what happens. There's that new severe thunderstorm warning that was just... There's that new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued for Clay County and Dixon County in Nebraska until 10:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Looks like wind and hail is what is going to be that primary threat. Let me get back to that. And we are seeing that that is going to continue moving east at 20. What was it? Moving east at 25 miles an hour is all. These cells are really moving at a slow pace here. Let's kind of futurecast this here. There is a look at that line of storms that are going to continue to progress its way east and northeastward. 10:05 Vermilion area, 10:09 Newcastle, Elk Point about 10:32, Beersford about 10:42. That's that northern portion of that cell that we are watching with this next line. Westfield, 10:44, Akron, 10:52, and Alcester is right around that 11 o'clock time frame. Again, we're continuing to monitor these severe storms that are pushing through the southeastern portions of South Dakota. These will continue to progress in a southeasterly direction. This line of cells that are down here will move in a east northeasterly direction as well. Just kind of don't look at that time because that is not accurate. So we'll move that out and out of the way. But that is just kind of giving you guys a general path of what these cells are projected to move in, is what you are looking at there. So again, don't take those times seriously. Those of you that can see them on the screen, this is just a general path is what we did. We did not do times on that one as well. Again, this cell here is moving east, northeast, about 25 miles an hour, so we'll path cast that. There is that, about that Alcester, about that 1040 time frame is what we are seeing with that. So right now we're not seeing much for the rotation. We are seeing the primary threat with this is going to be our damaging hail coming into the next couple hours here. Again, we'll continue to monitor these. We're going to jump off of here just for a little bit here and kind of monitor these and see what happens over the next course of the next couple radar sweeps and see what we're going to do and see if we'll jump back on here for you guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. We'll continue to watch these weather as weather does continue. I want to say again, thank you for everybody that has joined us tonight, and we'll continue to monitor the weather for you guys. Thanks, guys.